Oh my god, you guys. Welcome back to the channel. Today is Tuesday, a beautiful day, but honestly my nerves are completely shot after watching this. I am literally vibrating with so much energy I can barely type, so grab a snack because we have to talk about this absolute madness right now. I'm screaming. I literally cannot even deal right now. Okay, but listen, the Abbott family is actually falling apart in real time, and I am sitting here watching it like a train wreck that I honestly cannot look away from. So Diane Jenkins Abbott is missing. Like, actually missing. And I know what you're thinking, because I was thinking it too. Diane has a history of faking her own death. Which is insane, by the way, but this time it feels so different and so much more terrifying. I was eating dinner and literally choked when the realization hit me that Patty Williams is involved. Patty Williams? The woman is completely unhinged, and we all know it. But wait, let me back up because I am getting way ahead of myself. Oh wait, before that happened, actually, let's start at the Abbott mansion because my jaw dropped at how Kyle Abbott was acting. Kyle is literally pacing a hole in the floor of the Abbott living room, and he is stressed to the absolute max. He is telling Jack that Diane has missed all these meetings that she literally scheduled herself. She is completely ignoring her emails, which is so not like her when it comes to Jabba business. Kyle is panicking, and honestly, I would be too. He has already lost his mother once when she faked her death back in 2011. Wait, did I already say that? Whatever, anyway, Kyle is traumatized and he is seeing all the red flags that Jack is somehow completely blind to right now. And don't even get me started on that. Why would he do that? Jack is literally just standing there acting like everything is fine. Jack is like, oh, she's just avoiding me. Which, okay, fair. Diane has been avoiding Jack because of the whole yacht incident with Patty, but still, Jack is seriously trying to play it cool. But we all know Jack is secretly eaten alive by guilt because of that missed voicemail he got from her. But he's acting like Diane is just giving him the silent treatment. I'm yelling at my screen, Jack, wake up, your wife is missing. He is seriously in so much denial it is actually painful to watch. I can't breathe. But then Kyle drops the absolute bombshell that changes everything. Kyle tells Jack that the housekeeper at the GCAC, the Genoa City Athletic Club, for anyone who forgot where Diane is staying, literally confirmed that Diane's bed has not been slept in. Not once. The bed is perfectly made. I was like, are you serious? Diane hasn't even been to her room. And Jack is still trying to brush it off, acting like Kyle is overreacting and trying to stay neutral in his parents' marital drama. Honestly, Jack needs to get it together, I swear. Okay, where was I? Right. So Kyle brings up Harrison. Sweet, innocent little Harrison Abbott. Kyle points out that Diane has been helping Harrison practice his lines for a school play. And Diane Jenkins Abbott, for all her flaws, would literally never abandon her grandson when he needs her for his play. She would never voluntarily miss his performance or his practice. That is the exact moment you can see the color completely drain from Jack's face. The reality finally hits him like a ton of bricks. My jaw dropped. Jack finally realizes that Diane isn't just ignoring his calls to be petty. Something is actually seriously wrong. At this point, I'm yelling at my screen because Jack finally says they need to go talk to Patty Williams. Yes, Jack. Finally. Because if anyone has done something completely psychotic to Diane, it is Patty, so Jack and Kyle go on this absolute warpath to find her. Had to pause and text my friend immediately because the Abbott Men on a Mission is honestly my favorite genre of television. They are furious, they are terrified, and they are heading straight for the craziest woman in Genoa City. Meanwhile, let's cut over to Crimson Lights because the drama there is literally overflowing. Patty Williams is sitting there, probably drinking a latte like she hasn't ruined multiple lives this week, and she is texting Matt Clark. Yes, Matt Clark. She is texting him saying she is so worried about what happened to him. Which is wild because Matt has amnesia and Patty is totally using him, but she is acting like she is his savior. It is actually sickening how manipulative she is. She is completely delusional. And then, out of nowhere, Phyllis Summers walks in. Iconic. Phyllis sees Patty and immediately goes on the attack, which I am so here for. Phyllis accuses Patty of manipulating Matt and completely ruining his life. Phyllis is literally standing there telling Patty that she is a toxic monster who is destroying Matt, and Patty has the audacity to play the victim. Patty fires back and accuses Phyllis of being the manipulative one, claiming that she is the only one actually trying to save Matt. I am dead. I literally cannot even handle the gaslighting happening at this coffee shop right now. Phyllis is not having it. She looks at Patty like she is a piece of trash on her shoe, and she wonders out loud if Patty is just putting on a dramatic act for Jack's benefit. Phyllis makes it so clear that Patty is never going to get her claws into Matt. She tells Patty she will never win him over. The tension is literally so thick you could cut it with a knife. I was honestly expecting Phyllis to throw her coffee in Patty's face, which would have been iconic, but before she can do anything, the doors fly open. Enter Jack and Kyle Abbott. They storm into Crimson Lights looking like they are ready to actually commit a crime. They march right up to Patty, completely ignoring Phyllis, and they demand to know what Patty has done with Diane. They are literally screaming at her. Phyllis looks completely shocked. Like, you can tell Phyllis had no idea Diane was actually missing. Her face was priceless. But Phyllis, being the smart queen she is, decides this is not her circus and not her monkeys. She literally just dips, she walks out, and leaves the Abbott men to deal with Patty's crazy self. Honestly, a smart move on Phyllis's part. So now it's just Jack, Kyle, and Patty is sitting there acting so innocent, which makes me want to scream. Kyle and Jack are demanding answers, asking where Diane is, accusing Patty of hiding her somewhere. And Patty just sighs and acts like this is the most normal thing in the world. She literally gaslights them. She tells them that Diane abandoning her family again really isn't that surprising. I'm screaming. She brings up Diane's past, basically saying, well, she faked her death and left you guys before. Why are you so shocked she walked out again? The absolute nerve of this woman. Kyle is practically shaking with rage, and Jack is demanding the truth. But Patty just sits there with this creepy, delusional smile on her face, and then she says it. The line that literally sent chills down my spine. Patty looks right at Jack and hints that now that Diane is out of the picture, Jack will finally remember the deep connection he has with her. I'm dead. I am actually deceased. She called Diane out of the picture. If that is not a confession of murder or kidnapping, I honestly don't know what is. Jack and Kyle look absolutely sick to their stomachs. That comment about Diane being out of the picture makes them panic even more. They are terrified now because Patty is basically confirming that Diane is gone, and she is acting like it's a good thing so she and Jack can finally be together. I'm calling it now. This is going to end badly. Mark my words. Patty has Diane locked in a basement or a storage unit or something insane like that. But no matter how much Jack and Kyle yell at her, Patty refuses to admit she actually did anything. She won't confess to kidnapping Diane. She just keeps playing these sick mind games, hinting that Diane just left for good because she couldn't handle the pressure. She is trying to convince Jack that Diane abandoned him so that Jack will fall into Patty's arms. It is so unhinged. I actually can't believe how crazy she is. She needs to get it together, I swear. Wait, did I already say that? Whatever. Anyway, Jack is now realizing that he is dealing with a literal psychopath who might have harmed the mother of his child. And Kyle is realizing that his worst nightmare is coming true all over again. His mother is gone, and this crazy woman is sitting in a coffee shop smirking about it. I am honestly so stressed out for them. I literally had to pause the TV and take a deep breath because my heart was beating so fast. Okay, where was I? Right. So the scene ends with Jack and Kyle realizing they aren't going to get a straight answer out of Patty. They are going to have to find Diane themselves before it's too late. And Patty is just left there, probably dreaming about her imaginary wedding to Jack. It is literally the most dramatic thing I have ever seen. I seriously don't know how I am going to wait for the next episode. I am going to be thinking about this all night. The audacity. Not okay. I'm done. Seriously, if Diane is dead, I am going to riot. But knowing this show, she is probably tied to a chair somewhere while Patty plans her honeymoon with Jack. Insane. Just absolutely wild. Okay, I need to go lie down now because my brain is completely fried from all this drama.